Top News Summary, as of Wednesday, October 30th, 2025.
World News. An investigation by the Associated Press reveals that the U.S. government, under both Republican and Democratic administrations, repeatedly permitted and even assisted American tech firms in exporting advanced surveillance technology to Chinese police and security entities. These exports included hardware, software, and cloud services used in mass surveillance systems, despite public human rights concerns and regulatory safeguards. Major storm and humanitarian crisis. Hurricane Melissa, an extremely dangerous Category 5 storm, has caused widespread devastation, particularly in Jamaica and Haiti, and has made landfall in Cuba. Geopolitical tensions. The ceasefire in Gaza remains highly fragile, with reports of renewed strikes and escalating tensions between Israel and Hamas. International diplomacy. Important bilateral trade and security deals are being signed, notably between the U.S. and Japan, focusing on rare earth supply and the U.S.-Japan alliance's strength against regional challenges. Global Mining and Metal Expo opens in India. Kolkata hosts the world's largest mining and metallurgy event, uniting 34 countries and 700-plus exhibitors to discuss clean steel and critical minerals. Ukrainian troops encircled. Reports indicate that over 10,000 Ukrainian soldiers are surrounded in Kupiansk and Pokrovsk, escalating tensions in Eastern Europe. Island nations push for climate resilience. Small island states are calling for global attention to biodiversity loss and climate change impacts.
Economy news. The U.S. Federal Reserve has cut interest rates for the second time this year amidst economic uncertainty. The Bank of Canada cut interest rates to 2.25%, signaling a possible pause in further cuts. Global economic outlook. The global economy is described by the IMF as simultaneously resilient and fragile amid geopolitical, trade, and technology shocks. Global growth projections are generally low and expected to slow, with risks tilted to the downside due to protectionism and uncertainty. Trade policy. The overall trade environment remains volatile as temporary factors, like front-loading of exports, fade, and the long-term impacts of tariffs continue to be a concern for highly trade-dependent economies. Oil prices drop. Crude oil prices fell 3% to $66 per barrel amid easing Middle East tensions and increased OPEC Plus output.
Finance news. Global equity markets surged as tech optimism and AI investment dominated the mood. Asian markets rose alongside U.S. indices as NVIDIA Corporation became the first company ever to reach a $5 trillion market valuation, driven by booming demand for its AI chips and infrastructure orders. Kospi surges, but retail investors lag. Despite Kospi nearing 4,000 points, many Korean retail investors report modest gains due to early profit-taking. Global investors eye Korean markets. At a Singapore conference, investors expressed optimism about undervalued Korean manufacturing and consumer sectors.
Technology news. AI supercomputing. NVIDIA and Oracle are collaborating to build the U.S. Department of Energy's largest AI supercomputer, Solstice, featuring 100,000 NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs, to accelerate scientific discovery and technological leadership. Quantum and novel computing. Research continues into revolutionary concepts, including new quantum electron breakthroughs and the creation of an ultra-tiny microwave brain chip for computing and AI. NVIDIA's $5 trillion valuation milestone underscored the scale of the AI boom. The dramatic valuation of NVIDIA highlights the massive financial impact and investor focus on the AI sector. Companies like Microsoft Corporation are under scrutiny for investment and restructuring strategies linked to AI and cloud infrastructure. iQOO Neo 11 launches today. The gaming-focused smartphone debuts with Snapdragon 8 Elite chip and 8K vapor cooling system. Disney versus YouTube TV. Disney warns of a blackout on YouTube TV if a new distribution deal isn't reached by tonight, risking loss of ESPN and ABC. Tech layoffs continue. Companies like Meta, Rivian, and NBC News announce more job cuts amid AI disruption and economic uncertainty. AI advancements. OpenAI's GPT 5.5 and DeepMind's Gemini Ultra 2 are reshaping productivity tools and prompting new AI safety regulations.